Hey, hello, and welcome to the Prosperity Revolution Scope. This is Dr. Waldo coming to you live. This time not from sunny South Florida. We're having a bit of a very evident autumn day. It's been raining for pretty much the last 48 hours, but hey, you know what? Water is one of the essentials for life. So I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is it's different for a change, and sometimes change is good. Actually, most of the time change is good, especially if you are making sure to be an active player in these changes when they occur. Now we're approaching the end of the year, and I want to touch a little bit on some things you can do. And today we're going to focus on one. We're going to focus on creating a daily routine as per Ayurveda. Ayurveda talks about what in Sanskrit is called dinacharya, and dinacharya is nothing more than daily routine. We should all have it. Let's go a little bit back. I want to, first of all, I want to thank everyone that gets to join. Saturdays might not be on for a long time. It seems it's not a good time for most people, and I will be announcing other options and get some feedback from everyone out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead, and anyone that's listening, I'd like to hear your feedback as to good days and times. You can do that at info@straighttalkingradio.com. That is the website, the email where you can reach out, info@straighttalkingradio.com. Now, let me go back to what normally happens towards the end of the year. We start thinking of New Year's resolutions. I don't know about you. I've been there, done it a dozen times, and maybe a dozen is even an understatement. What's happening is, and most of the time used to happen in my life, is I set goals without a specific plan. And in doing so, I was setting myself up for failure. I've discussed before on the importance of making sure you set yourself up to win. And that is what highly successful people do. They think like winners, therefore they undertake tasks where they feel they have the highest probability of success. So I'm urging everyone to think a little bit along these lines. Having said that, what can you do instead of making New Year's resolutions? I say you should empower yourself with tools that will allow you to take any and all goals you set for yourself along the way. Very importantly, it will be creating the basis for a healthy, empowering life where you feel fulfillment, and you will be indeed on your way to prosperity and greater insight of the finer details of life, which is ultimately what we're here for. One thing you can start doing is creating a daily routine. On this note, I will mention the concept of time management. Perhaps one of the most misunderstood and misused terms ever in the world of self-help or empowering and personal development. Why so? You cannot manage time. People, time is a continuum. Space and time is moving and it is expanding, and we are not stopping it. All we can do is interact with time. We play in this space-time continuum, and this is called life. With this said, the important thing to do is how to manage your activity, your interaction with space and time. So today I'm going to give you one of these pointers, and that is a daily routine, the dinacharya I was mentioning. And I'm going to make it very simple for everyone to have an outline that they can adapt to their personal preferences, their personal taste, their personal constitutions, etc. But the overall idea remains the same across the board. Here's what you can do. First of all, let's take it from waking up, and then we'll run the day from that point. You wake up as early as possible, respecting your personal biorhythm. You need to listen to your inner self and your body, how it works. Having said that, with some variance in the actual time, overall, people function better if they wake up during the morning hours as early as possible that suits you and makes you feel well, and working and doing their activities the rest of the day, and then going to bed at a reasonable time. We'll get to that point. So you get up as early as you can. First thing I want you to do is engage in an activity called sun salutations. In Sanskrit, it is Samkhya Namaskar. Now, sun salutations are not to be confused with sun adoration, because I've gotten this question from certain people out there. Hey, is this adoring the sun? Because, this would go against my religious beliefs. Not at all. Quite the contrary. What you're doing is showing gratitude for waking up to one new day and seeing the light. This is seeing the light of the sun. And of course, you're grateful to the God that is appropriate for your beliefs. Okay? I have my beliefs. Everyone out there has their own, and I respect them all. We all should. Having said that, all you're doing is showing gratitude for being here one more day. This is a very simple sequence of yoga exercises, or call them stretching exercises or movement exercises, and they will help you indeed become more flexible, stay in better motion. They will help you retain and enhance spinal flexibility. Spinal flexibility is crucial for anti-aging, and they will also allow you to center and be more receptive to activities like pranayama, that's breathing exercises, and also to meditation. Yoga and anything related to yoga is beautiful also in the sense that it can be done by anyone according to their capacity. You do not have to bend yourself into a pretzel. If all you can do is do a half candy cane, then you're fine. Do that half candy cane, but that motion in your life is going to mean a great deal towards your health. Okay? After doing that, you should cleanse your mouth, teeth, and tongue thoroughly. Use even a toothbrush that has a tongue scraper, and make sure you pull out all that dry debris from sleeping. You do not want this to go into your body, because as per Ayurveda, this is a toxin, or these are toxins, and you don't want them in there, right? So do that. Immediately thereafter, follow with a warm glass of water. No more than 8 ounces. It could be 4, 5, 6 ounces. Warm, not hot, warm. And if you are one of those individuals that has slow digestion, you can even take advantage and apply a pinch of pepper, black pepper, to it. You won't even notice it, but it will help enhance your digestive capacity. Then you do your meditation. Meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. Very simple exercises. All you need to do is be in a comfortable position. Engage in your breathing activities. How so? Well, very simple. I will give you a simple tip here. Take breath in, sit up straight. Make sure that your spine is straight, feet on the ground. You do not need to go into lotus position. If this is not comfortable for you, you can do it with a chair. Just make sure your back is thoroughly straight. As you take air in, you want to let your abdomen expand. In other words, you're inflating. Imagine you're inflating your abdomen, your belly. Because what you're doing there is letting the diaphragm descend fully and letting your lungs fill all the way to every little corner, fill to capacity. Hold it for a few seconds, and then as you exhale, envision yourself trying to push your navel all the way back to touch your spine. This is simple breathing exercises, and as you meditate at the beginning, focus on your breathing. I will give you further tips on how to meditate in a more meaningful way in weeks to come. But right now, focus on that, because what you're trying to do is engage in creating this daily routine. Okay? After you meditate, go take a light breakfast. It can be a little bit of fruit, a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of fruit and yogurt, but make it a light breakfast, and then go off to work. As you're working in your daily activities, make sure you take breaks. These are called breaks for productivity. I call them break for productivity. Some people think, well, if I'm taking breaks, I'm not working. How can I be productive? Well, the time you are working is actually much more efficient than if you just do it straight on. And ultimately, you end up finding yourself doing other things that distract you, because you don't want to do this all the time. Nobody does, even if it's a fun activity. Okay? Remember, if you like, let's say, a sport or a game, an activity, I like golf. You like golf? If you have to play golf every day and practice every day and do exercises for golf and then qualify for tournaments and play Thursday through Sunday and then travel and do it all over again, guess what? It becomes a job. That's not a fun activity anymore. Even if you enjoy it thoroughly, it's a job. So you need to take breaks and you need to break up that routine. How do you do it? You work anywhere between 50 to 90 minutes and you take 10 to 15-minute breaks. This has shown, and there are several studies, scholarly studies, that demonstrate that it enhances productivity. Now, having said that, if your boss asks you for results, here's what you have to do: deliver results. If you start delivering results with this new idea in mind, or if you're one of the business people listening out there, allow your team at your company to engage in this new practice. It will bring such magnificent results, you will be amazed, and your bottom line will be amazed also. Then, you're done with work. You go home. You should allow time to, oh, by the way, I skipped a point and I'm going to go back. Lunch. Lunch is the most important meal of the day. Anytime between 11 and 1 is where your digestive capacity is at its highest. Actually, 12 to 1 is the highest. In wherever region of the world you are, your body adapts to the time in this specific area of the world. So, this should be your most important, your heaviest meal of the day. It is when you will have more capacity to digest it, when you will break it down better, assimilate it better, and use it, and have your body use it in a more meaningful way to help you build new tissue. As per Ayurveda, this is something that's happening every day, and build it in a healthy manner. So, what can you do? Because dinner should also be something light. What can you do? You can cook dinner but not eat it that day. Use it for lunch the following day. That's a practical approach, okay? Because you should also cook at home. Avoid added carbs. Avoid complex carbs by all means, because carbs, just addictive. They make you sluggish. They really play a number on your body. We have talked about this before. I will talk about it again. Then, you're going home. You have that light dinner. You make sure you have time to share and engage with family, with loved ones. This is very important. Then comes what I call the read time. It is you time. It can be time to think. It can be time to read. And then the write time. You can write. Either you can journal or you can write down the to-do list for the following day. That way when you go to bed, you're not bogged down trying to remember everything you have to do. You know, you only need to look for one list of things to do, which you already have. So if you don't remember, don't worry. It's not time to remember. It's time to rest. Okay? And TV, keep it to a minimum, but I'm not going to say don't do it. There's a lot of attractive things to watch on TV. There's cultural events. There are nature channels. And there's also sports. Some of us like sports, and that's okay. You can do that for a little while. If it's too late, sometimes what I do is I pre-record it, or I record it, and I fool myself that I'm watching it live the next day at a better time. Ultimately, it's about the fun of watching people perform that have very unique talents, and that makes it exciting. So it doesn't matter when you watch it. But finally, you're going to go to bed. Do another 5 to 10 minute meditation. If you can, I suggest you do the first 5 minutes as you did the morning routine, and then the last 3 to 5 minutes, do them lying down, trying to not fall asleep. Make a point of it. Try to not fall asleep. Just relax and get to that point where you're about to fall asleep. As soon as you're done with your meditation, then it's time to actually put your body, your mind, your soul to rest. Allow your soul to reconnect at this time to the superior source and re-engage with that spiritual stamina that will get you going the next day. This was a little bit longer as a Periscope goes than my usual Periscopes, but it's important because this will lay the basis and the foundations on which we will build for your empowerment in 2016. It's not about what you plan to do, it's about how you change your life to be able to take the action required to make all these good things happen. I want to wish you the best. Have a beautiful weekend. If you couldn't join us, try to catch the replay. Swipe and share for more people to know about it. And please suggest if there are better times for you at info@straighttalkingradio.com. Also, stay tuned for my book, Insight for Life, The Prosperity Revolution. It's going to have a lot of information that will help you build this toolbox. Be well and prosper.